This is the Dive Into Discovery podcast, where curiosity meets insight, and every conversation uncovers a new layer of understanding.
All right, let's dive in. Today we're tackling the Fermi Paradox.
Oh yeah, a classic.
It's one of those questions that just, it really gets you thinking. If space is so vast and so old...
Statistically, aliens should be everywhere, right?
Exactly. But radio silence. So where is everyone?
Well, it really challenges how we think about things, like our place in the cosmos. We think of ourselves as special, but maybe we're not.
So what if the silence, what if it's actually telling us something profound about, about intelligent life?
Could be. It's a puzzle, for sure.
So how do we even start to unpack this? I mean, scientists use the Drake equation, right, to try and calculate the odds of finding, another civilization out there.
Yeah, the Drake equation, it's a good starting point.
Yeah.
But even if we take the most optimistic calculations...
Still scratching our heads.
Right. It really lays out all the factors, though. Think about it. The rate of star formation, the number of stars with planets, how many of those planets can actually support life?
Yeah.
And so on and so on.
So it's like a cosmic recipe. But even with all the right ingredients, it seems like we're missing the final dish.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where all these theories come in, right? We're trying to fill in those missing pieces, explain what we don't see.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Like some theories suggest that maybe we're overestimating some of the ingredients in the first place. Like how likely is it for life to just, pop up? That's where the rare Earth hypothesis comes in.
Right, the idea that Earth is a fluke, that it's super unique.
Yeah, 1 in a billion, maybe. A stable star, the right atmosphere, a magnetic field to protect us, even plate tectonics,
Yeah.
to keep the climate stable.
Wow, yeah. It's kind of mind-boggling when you think about it.
Maybe those conditions, as perfect as they are here,
Yeah.
they're much rarer than we think.
Oh, so we won the cosmic lottery, basically. But then, hold on, what if intelligence itself isn't that rare? I mean, what if it is out there, but it just doesn't usually lead to, building spaceships and all that?
Yeah. Oh, that's another possibility, for sure. Maybe intelligence isn't always an advantage, evolutionarily speaking. Or maybe intelligent life tends to, self-destruct before it gets the chance to reach for the stars.
Yikes. Okay. That's a bit of a downer. So what about the theories that say they are out there, but we just haven't found them? Like, what about the zoo hypothesis? That one always makes me laugh. We're just the ants in a cosmic ant farm.
Yeah, the zoo hypothesis. That's a fun one. But think about it. Maybe advanced civilizations are avoiding contact with us on purpose, protecting us, or just observing, without interfering.
But wouldn't that mean there's like a galactic federation making the rules? And if they're so advanced, why not even a little hello? Or maybe their tech is just so beyond us, it's like they're invisible.
That's the hidden in plain sight idea. And it really makes you wonder, what are the limits of our perception, our technology? What if they're communicating using, I don't know, some kind of physics we haven't even discovered yet? Or what if they're so energy efficient they leave practically zero trace? Like, imagine a civilization that's mastered that.
All right, so I've got cosmic coincidences, self-destructing smarts, galactic babysitters, and civilizations that are off the grid. What's next?
Well, this is where things get a bit intense.
Oh, boy.
What if the reason we haven't met anyone is that something's stopping them, like from reaching a certain level, or even just, surviving long enough to make contact? And that brings us to the Great Filter.
The Great Filter. Oh, I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
It's definitely a concept that makes you think, what if there's this universal obstacle that most civilizations just can't overcome? And the big question is, have we already passed through this filter? Like, are we the lucky ones?
Oh, okay.
Or is it still ahead of us, waiting to, wipe us out before we reach our full potential?
All right, that is officially terrifying. Let's hope we're not about to walk into some cosmic trap. But, okay, what if it's simpler than that? What if they were here, but, a long, long time ago?
The civilizations rising and falling over, like huge stretches of time. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, imagine like galactic empires that existed before our solar system even formed.
Exactly. Gone without a trace.
So we're looking for signals that might have been silent for like millions of years.
Billions, even.
It's like trying to find a whisper in a hurricane.
Or maybe, just maybe, the evidence is out there. But it's so subtle, so different from what we're expecting. We just haven't recognized it yet.
That's a good point.
Think about it. How much have we learned about our own planet's history just in the last couple centuries?
Yeah.
Imagine entire chapters of cosmic history just waiting to be discovered.
Hidden in plain sight. I like that. It makes you wonder what else is out there just waiting to be found. Okay, but before we get too carried away, maybe we should talk about some of the more
The wilder theories.
yeah, exactly. The ones that really push the boundaries of what we think is possible.
Oh, you mean the wild card theories. These are the fun ones, the ones that make you question the very nature of reality itself, like the simulation hypothesis.
Oh, yeah, the simulation hypothesis. So basically, we're all living in a super advanced video game.
Potentially. It's a thought experiment, of course,
Yeah.
but it's a fun one.
Yeah. It's kind of terrifying, but also kind of cool.
Uh-huh.
But if it's true, why haven't we found any, glitches in the Matrix?
Well, maybe those glitches, the things that don't quite make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe those are what we perceive as the Fermi Paradox.
Oh, okay. Now that is trippy.
It is, right? And of course, there's no way to prove or disprove it, at least not yet. And then there's the idea of von Neumann probes.
Ah, yes, the self-replicating space robots.
Precisely.
If they exist, why haven't we seen them unless they have, and we just don't know it?
That's another piece of the puzzle, isn't it? If a civilization could build self-replicating machines capable of interstellar travel,
Yeah.
they could spread through the galaxy incredibly fast. So the question is, where are they? It deepens the mystery.
It really does. It's like every answer just leads to more questions.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so fascinating, keeps us searching, keeps us curious. It's like we're trying to find this tiny needle in a massive haystack, but we don't even know what the needle looks like. Like, what if we're listening for radio signals when they're using, I don't know, lasers to talk?
Or something even weirder.
Right. Some kind of quantum entanglement communication thing, something we haven't even dreamed up yet.
So it's not just about the distance. It's like we're on totally different wavelengths.
Exactly. We're stuck with what we understand about technology. It's like, imagine trying to explain the internet to someone like 100 years ago.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's the kind of gap we might be facing here.
It makes you feel a little bit like a caveman trying to figure out a smartphone.
A little.
Yeah. But okay, let's say they are trying to reach out. What if they're being super subtle? Like maybe they've got some kind of prime directive thing going on, like in Star Trek.
The prime directive. That's a classic.
Mm.
But it's an interesting thought, right? What if advanced civilizations have this code? Like they don't interfere with less developed species.
So they're watching us, but they're not allowed to give us hints or anything.
Maybe. It makes you wonder, what does it even mean to be a responsible galactic citizen?
So are we being graded on a cosmic report card? Humans showed promise, but still watching way too much reality TV.
Could be.
I guess we need to step it up if we want to make contact.
Well, it does make you think, is there some kind of level you have to reach, technologically, ethically, before they say hello?
But, okay, flip side. What if they're not all friendly? What if they're staying silent because they're, scared?
Oh, that's getting into dark forest territory.
Dark forest.
Yeah, the dark forest hypothesis. It's not as cheerful. Basically, the idea is that civilizations are hiding because they're afraid of getting wiped out.
So the universe is like a scary forest.
In a way, yeah, full of potential predators. So any civilization that makes itself known, it's taking a huge risk.
Yikes. Okay. Not loving that idea. So it's like cosmic hide and seek, but with really high stakes.
Exactly. It kind of makes you rethink all those UFO sightings, right?
Maybe we should be staying quiet. Okay, let's go back to speculation for a minute. What if they were here, but a long, long time ago?
The ancient astronaut idea. That's a popular one. Imagine civilizations visiting Earth millions, maybe billions of years ago.
Leaving behind clues that we're just now starting to figure out.
Exactly. Pyramids built by aliens.
Yeah.
Cave paintings of spaceships.
Okay, some of that's a little out there, but I get the idea. There are gaps in our history. What if we just don't have all the pieces?
Right. We might be missing parts of the story.
It's like trying to put together a puzzle, but with half the pieces missing. You can kind of see the picture, but...
You never get the full picture.
Exactly. Okay, but what if they're not just relics of the past? What if they're, still here, but just not in a way we can easily see?
Now we're getting into some really speculative territory. What if they've evolved beyond physical forms?
Beyond physical forms. Okay, no, that's wild.
Pure energy, maybe. Consciousness.
Yeah.
existing in dimensions that, we can't even perceive.
So like cosmic ghosts.
In a way, yeah. It's hard to even wrap your head around, let alone trying to detect something like that.
Yeah. How would you even start?
It really shows you how much we don't know. There could be whole realms of existence out there that we're just, completely blind to.
I'm starting to get a bit of a headache thinking about all this.
It is a lot to take in.
But it's also kind of exciting, isn't it? We still know so little about the universe. There's so many possibilities.
Absolutely. The Fermi Paradox is a good reminder of that. The search is just as important as the answers. It keeps us pushing, keeps us exploring.
Okay, so we've explored a lot of these possible solutions to the Fermi Paradox, from the simple to the totally mind-blowing. But what does it all mean? For us, for humanity, what about our future?
Now you're getting to the real heart of the matter. The Fermi Paradox isn't just some intellectual puzzle, It's about our existence, our place in the cosmos.
So, big picture stuff. Lay it on me.
Well, first of all, we have to consider the possibility that we might be completely alone. And if that's true, it's a huge responsibility, but also an incredible opportunity.
Responsibility? How?
Think about it. If we're the only intelligent life in the entire universe, then, we're the ones who have to figure it all out.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
We become the caretakers of consciousness, the only ones who can appreciate all this, the beauty and complexity of it all.
Wow, yeah. That's a lot of pressure.
It is. But think about the opportunity, all this potential for discovery, exploration, creation. The whole universe is ours, basically.
Okay, I can see the bright side, definitely. But what if we're not alone? What if the silence, what if this telling us that the civilizations don't last, that there's, danger ahead?
That's the unsettling part, isn't it? If there were all these other civilizations and none of them made it, what does that mean for us?
Yeah, that's the elephant in the room, kind of. Is there some kind of, expiration date for intelligent life?
It's a question that hangs over everything, yeah. The great filter, if it exists, it could be a warning sign. It makes you question, are we doing things right? Are we on the right track?
Okay, existential crisis officially kicking in. But before we go full doomsday, what if the lack of contact is actually a good thing?
Oh, I like that. Some people think that, no evidence doesn't necessarily mean no evidence. Maybe we're just not looking in the right places, or our tech isn't good enough yet.
So we need to up our game, build bigger telescopes, better instruments, maybe even send out probes to, really explore.
Exactly. And maybe, just maybe, they're being cautious, waiting to see if we're actually worth talking to.
So it's like a test. If we can get our act together here on Earth, show that we're not, a bunch of planet-destroying maniacs, then they'll reach out.
It's a possibility. And it shows how important it is to take care of this planet, take care of each other. Our future might depend on it. Not just our future, but our place in the wider universe.
It's almost like the Fermi Paradox is this giant mirror reflecting our own, anxieties, but also our hopes.
You'll like that, yeah.
It makes you think, who are we? Where are we going? What does it even mean to be intelligent, in this massive, mysterious universe?
Beautifully put. And that sense of wonder, that curiosity, that's what keeps us going. It's a reminder that we're just at the beginning of this whole cosmic journey. Who knows what we'll find if we keep searching, keep listening, keep asking these questions.
All right, well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive. We've explored the silence, the possibilities, and hopefully got you thinking about some new ideas. So remember to look up at the stars and keep asking those big questions. The universe is full of mystery, and that's what makes it so amazing. So, we've gone from asking, is anybody out there, to, what if they're not? And what does that mean for us? It's kind of a lot to process.
It is. I think, the Fermi Paradox, it really does make us face our own, maybe our cosmic loneliness.
Yeah.
But also it makes us think about what really matters. If we did make contact, what would we want to share? What have we learned as humans that might be helpful to another civilization?
It's like getting ready for a first date, but on a galactic scale. We gotta make a good impression, right? Show off the best parts of humanity, maybe hide some of the less flattering bits.
Right, like that embarrassing photo album from the family vacation gone wrong.
Exactly. But even if we never make contact, the Fermi Paradox, I don't know, it kind of inspires you to be better.
It does.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's a push to create a more peaceful world, a more sustainable one, to be more curious, more open to learning. Because, hey, we're the only ones here. We gotta make the most of it.
Yeah, it's like our choices, they really matter, not just for us, but for life itself. Maybe that's the real lesson of the Fermi Paradox,
Right.
whether we find ET or not.
I think that's a really profound point. And, even if we don't get any easy answers, the Fermi Paradox, it sparks something in us. It makes us want to understand, to find our place in the universe. It reminds us that we're part of something much, much bigger than ourselves.
And that's a pretty amazing thought to end on. So to everyone listening, keep looking up, keep wondering, and keep exploring. The universe is full of mysteries, and the search for answers, well, that's what makes the journey so incredible.
What did you think of this week's episode? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to join us next time as we dive even deeper. And as always, stay curious, because you never know what discoveries are just around the corner.